And just, again, this is McFly foam. Okay. So you're going to attach that in there, just like this. Okay.
What does the blood dot do? I mean, does it make it look, you know,
it looks like
it's membrane or something
yeah,
on the
if you
egg?
actually looked at eggs, you know, steelhead eggs or salmon eggs in the water, they always have that blood dot or membrane in there that you could actually see a different contrasting color. So that's what you're trying to imitate here. So basically, we're almost done with this fly now. What you want to do is bring the thread up front. Okay. You're going to whip finish it again. Okay. You do a couple of, as many as you want here. Here again, you can apply a little bit of glue. I normally don't do it because I go through so many flies in a day. Especially when I'm fishing with Rob, he's always in the rocks. So.
I like to push the edge.
Yeah, you do.
You know, I see that little spot, that little calm water.
Yes,
I'm like, you know what? There's a big mama waiting for my little sucker spawn to come rolling in.
Exactly what you say too.
And then I set the hook and it's a log.
Yeah. Okay, then you want to pull that McFly foam. Here again, you want to use your work scissors. Okay, your finishing scissors would be about done now if you were cutting this stuff with that. You can pull this material up. Okay. Cut it there, about a 1/4 inch or so off the shank of the hook. Okay, you cut that off of there, and there is your glow bug.
Wow.
Now we've kind of gone away from the egg patterns a little bit now. And this is one of my favorite, and it's a very simple but very effective pattern for steelhead and Lake Erie tribs. And they call this the Conneaut pheasant tail. What I did here is I have a little bead head on there. And once you get your thread on there, you want to put your bead on first before you put the thread on, okay? And then you just want to kind of secure that bead a little bit, make sure it doesn't ride up and down a little bit. So there's a little thread there so the bead kind of stays in place, okay? And then what you're going to do is basically tie, as a lot of people know, a very simple pheasant tail. And I'm going to actually eliminate a couple steps when it comes to this pheasant tail. Basically, you need, this is a natural pheasant tail fiber.
Cockbird tail.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to get about, maybe 6 or 8 of those. Okay. Cut the fibers off of that. Okay.
So what do you have there then? Just the fibers?
This is just the fibers. Now you're going to attach the tail.
Yeah.
Okay, make it a regular pheasant tail. Now a lot of guys like to use a gold wire or something here, and I'll tell you, I try to keep everything so simple. I basically eliminated that step with a gold wire. So now what you want to do is you're going to make the body. Okay. So you want to move your thread up a little bit, about halfway up the hook or so. Okay, just like that. And I like to spin or twist the pheasant tail fibers. You can almost see, I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but the fibers kind of stick out a little bit, okay? And then you're just going to wrap this up the hook.
Oh, I see.
Keep twisting it, keep it nice and tight, give it a full body look to it. Okay, twist it as you're working it up the hook. Twist it as you're working it up the hook. As you get about midway through, then you're going to say, okay, that's about as far as I want to go. Okay, so then we're going to cut that off right there. Stop, that's the body now, okay? Now here's the trick that's coming in. Okay, you're going to cut this remaining pheasant tail off, okay? Now you're going to attach the secret, this mylar.
Uh-oh.
Okay, this is a little bit of mylar.
Here we go. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the secret. I shouldn't be telling you this, but this is the this is one of my secret ingredients here.
Dispose of the tape after you watch this.
You're going to be held responsible for this, Rob.
All right.
So, okay, you want to attach the mylar. Okay, now this is actually going to be your wing casing. You're going to use this mylar for the wing casing.
Wow.
Okay, and now you're going to dub a little bit of this super bright peacock dubbing. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Okay.
What is dubbing?
Dubbing just is it's imitating the thorax of the actual nymph. Okay.
Okay.
So now you're going to dub a little bit of this. Once again, not a whole lot. I don't like to pack a whole lot on the hook. I like to put it real loose on there. So you're just dubbing this on here.
You're just kind of rubbing it into the
just kind of
thread.
twisting it on there, right. And what do you want that thorax to do? Here again, you want these fibers to kind of pulsate in the water. So you don't want to put it on too tight. Okay, so here we're just going to make about 2 or 3 inches of this dubbing, okay? And we're just going to kind of wrap it up the hook, okay? Okay, actually we can put a little bit more on there when I finish this. It's just amazing how sometimes you just refine a pattern a little bit and have so much success. Okay, we're basically done with this now. Pull that Mylar up for your wing casing, okay? And I use one piece of Mylar. Some guys use two, okay? And you just kind of pinch that in there, okay? Do a couple of strands there, okay?
It's like so much work to these. You hate to throw them in the water and,
Yeah.
and lose them.
And all the flies you've lost for me over the years too. Look at that. I had to tease you about that a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah. Wow.
Okay, so you can cut your excess Mylar off, and now you're just going to whip finish, and this fly's done. But there is.
There it is, the
Conneaut
old pheasant tail.
right there.
I like that. That's
A
is
very
one of my
nice,
favorites.
very
I like
simple
that one.
pattern.
Well, Chris, I tell you what, that was some good fly tying there. Basics 101, I guess
Yep,
you can call it. Some good egg patterns and real versatile patterns that you have there that work in all the Lake Erie tributaries.
Right.
Now, run through real quick each one you did again.
Well, the first one we tied was the sucker spawn, which is a common pattern here, western Pennsylvania, northeastern Ohio. The next one was a simple scrambled egg pattern. The third one was John Nagy's scrambled egg pattern, a little more involved. And then we went to the single egg, which was fun to tie to. And then
Sure.
the last one in this segment was actually the Conneaut pheasant tail.
Yeah.
And that's a deadly one there.
Yeah, we're ready to fire that one up.
That one right there. Yeah. Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, we'll keep it between
That's
you and I,
right.
right?
That's
Yeah, I'm looking around. Yeah. Well, you know what? Real quick too, what basic tools do you need just to do some of this tying that you did?
You want to make sure you have a vise first of all. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's
some
critical.
type of vise, and we mentioned it a little earlier. You can always upgrade to a bigger or better vise later on, but it's nice to have a good vise on there that you can use. You need to have a good pair of scissors, okay, and these are your finish scissors, I call them, and then
Finishing
I have
scissors,
my work scissors.
work scissors.
Okay, and then you need to have some type of whip finisher. Okay,
Wow.
this is just, there's several different styles out there. Some guys even just whip finish with their bare hands. You know,
Sure.
They can actually tie a loop knot there. Okay?
Sure.
And then of course you want to have your bobkin that you attach your thread to. Okay.
That's the critical elements there that
Right,
you need.
right. You want to make
The
sure
bobkin.
it has a good fluted end to it. A lot of, believe it or not, sometimes they don't have that fluted end on there, and all you're doing is cutting thread left and right. So it's just little things like that. You want to make sure that you check. But that's really, to get started, that's all you need.
Now, Chris, all we have to do is take these flies and go hit the water and see what we can do. Huh?
That's right,
Okay, let's
that's
go
right.
catch some hogs.
That's right.
And thanks for tuning into the Outdoor Icon Show. Until next week, have a great outdoor experience. I'm going to come back and tie another fly here with Chris. And I grew a mustache while we were waiting here for all these flies to be tied.
Looks like we're related now, Rob, right?
Yeah. My mustache kind of looks like Chris's a little bit.